Okay, so today we're going to discuss the first topic in our analysis of the urine and other body fluids. So we'll be discussing primarily first here all about the urine, and after that one we'll be discussing all about the other non-blood body fluids. So when speaking about the non-blood other body fluids, that might include your seminal fluid, your synovial, your uh, we have also your cerebrospinal fluid or the CSF, serous fluids, okay, and many others. So for our urinalysis, we start here with the discussion regarding your renal function. Okay, so basically, we have here the renal function tests. Okay, our kidney able to perform three basic functions. So we have the GFR or glomerular filtration. We have also here GFR for the glomerular filtration rate. Then we have your tubular reabsorption, and we have also here the tubular secretion. We'll be discussing each of that as to the function of our kidney. So our kidneys were able to perform those three functions through its functional unit. Ang nagpe-perform nun is your nephrons. Okay, so the nephron, we consider this one as the basic functional unit of our kidney. And approximately each of your kidneys, we have two kidneys. Each of that contains here 1 to 1.5 millions of the nephrons. As for the classification of the nephrons, we have here the cortical nephrons and we have your juxtamedullary nephrons. The cortical nephrons are nephron found in the cortex. Pag sinabi natin cortex, that's the outer area of your kidney. And pag medulla, we're talking about the inner portion. So those nephrons which could be found here on the innermost belongs to your juxtamedullary nephrons. Your cortical nephrons constitute approximately 85% of the total population of your nephrons. The remaining 15% is being constituted here by the juxtamedullary nephrons. As for the functions, so your cortical nephrons perform basically two main functions. The first one, it is involved in the elimination of the toxic waste in our body. Another one, the cortical nephrons also involved here in the reabsorption of the essential substances in our ultrafiltrate. And lastly, the juxtamedullary nephrons, on the other hand, able to perform here basically on the concentration of our urine. Okay, for us then to understand how the different processes your kidney able to perform its function, so we will trace first what will be the flow of the blood from your heart and as it try to enter the kidney. So we'll be discussing here about the renal blood flow. So hopefully you were able to follow here how your blood were able to enter that one. Okay, so basically we have this one. So this is your heart. Okay, your heart here try to pump blood. Okay, so notice here that how your heart and your kidney are related to one another. Wherein if you have problem with the heart, most likely it will also try to damage your kidney. Okay, so your blood enter your kidney coming from the heart through this one, afferent arteriole. So afferent arteriole is actually your artery. It's your blood vessels. Okay, it enter your kidney by passing through your afferent arteriole. Okay, then papasok dito. This is your glomerulus. Okay, glomerulus is actually the filtering unit. Okay, then ito ulit, itong black na to, this is your blood vessels. Okay, ulit, papasok dito ang blood natin through the glomerulus to your kidney through the afferent arteriole. Then mag-undergo dito ng filtration in your glomerulus. Okay, then lahat ng mga substances na hindi ma-filter ng glomerulus natin, lalabas siya still being part of your blood pa din. Nasa blood pa din natin siya. Mean to say, hindi siya na-filter. Pag hindi na-filter ang substance, so lalabas siya dito in another blood vessel, your efferent arteriole. Okay, then after that one, magpo-flow siya dito na area. This is your peritubular capillaries. Down here with your vasa recta. Tapos tutuloy-tuloy siya, lalabas through your renal vein, then pabalik siya sa ating blood circulation. And we are expecting that the blood that is being returned back to your blood circulation, we consider that one as already as a clean na blood. Okay, ulit. Okay, your blood enter your kidney by passing through your afferent arteriole, then pupunta dito sa glomerulus, magkakaroon ng filtration. Lahat ng substances na hindi ma-filter ng glomerulus, lalabas siya dito with another blood vessel, which is your efferent arteriole, meaning to say that substance is still part of your blood. And that substance, together with the blood, flow here in the peritubular capillaries, papadaan dito sa vasa recta, then eventually, it will be returned to your blood circulation by passing through your renal vein. But then again, kanina sinabi ko, those substances na hindi na-filter, okay, will going to pass through here. But there are some processes na may nangyari pa dito wherein those substances na mga toxins, may babalik pa din papalabas sa katawan natin. Hindi siya didiretso dito, tuloy-tuloy. But rather, may mangyari pa dito na ang substance na yon pwede siyang mabalik dito. Okay, clear for that? Okay, then, what going to happen, for example, for those substances na filter? Pag na-filter sila ng glomerulus, pupunta sila dito sa ating renal vein. Ito yung renal vein natin. I mean, renal tubules. So, ito ang renal tubules natin. Okay, so after filtration, if that substance ay na-filter, lalabas siya dito, magiging part siya ng ultrafiltrate. Okay, the ultrafiltrate, we're going to pass through here your renal tubules. The renal tubules, after your glomerulus, start with your proximal convoluted tubules. Pababa, that's your descending loop of Henle. Pakyat ulit, that's your ascending loop of Henle. Then, dito sa dulo, which is, this is your proximal, so this is your distal convoluted tubules. Then, end up with the collecting ducts. Then, lalabas sa kidney natin by passing through your renal pelvis. Then, dadaan sa ureter natin. Magiging urine. Remember your ultrafiltrate, yan ang magiging urine natin. Pag pumunta rito sa renal pelvis, papunta sa ureter, mag-store sa bladder. So, pwede natin hold ang urine natin temporarily sa ating bladder. Pag umingi tayo, lalabas ang urine natin through your urethra. That become your urine. I do hope na na-follow nyo ulit. Your blood enter your kidney. The blood is being pumped by your heart. Going enter your kidney by passing through your afferent arteriole, which is your blood vessel. Dadaan dito sa glomerulus natin, magkakaroon ng filtration process. Ang mga substances na hindi ma-filter ng ating glomerulus, magiging part pa din siya ng blood natin. Dadaan dito sa renal, these are your renal veins, your blood vessels. Dadaan siya dito to your, lalabas siya through your efferent arteriole, dadaan sa peritubular capillaries, then vasa recta, lalabas ang blood na yan sa ating kidney by passing through your renal vein. Pag lumabas na siya, pupunta na siya sa ating circulation, and that blood is already considered to be a clean na blood. On the other hand, for those substances na na-filter ng ating glomerulus, magiging ultrafiltrate ito. So, part of the volume ng blood pupunta dito. You call that one as your ultrafiltrate. Ang ultrafiltrate natin, pag dire-diretso ito sa renal tubules natin, magiging ihi na natin yan. So, your renal tubules start with your proximal convoluted tubules. Pababa, that become your descending loop of Henle. paakyat, that's your ascending loop of Henle. Distal convoluted tubule, collecting ducts, lalabas sa kidney natin by your renal pelvis, dadaan sa ureter natin, pupunta sa bladder, lalabas okay, sa atin through the urethra natin, that become your urine. Okay, the entire process, we call that once your renal blood flow or your renal blood flow. Okay, we have here the normal blood flow. So, in an average body size ng patient natin, average body size patient, that's 1.73 meters squared. The total blood flow is 1,200 ml per minute. Whereas, the total plasma flow is only 600 to 700 ml per minute. What do you mean by this 1,200 ml per minute? And what do you mean by 600, 700? So, this is the total blood flow versus your total plasma flow. Pag sinabi natin na total blood flow, that's 1,200 ml per minute. So, approximately, ang 1,200 ml per minute here is actually the volume of the blood that enters your kidney coming from your heart at a rate of 1,200 ml per minute. So, there are 1,200 ml per minute ang papasok dito. How about your 600 to 700 ml per minute? Your total plasma flow. Your total plasma flow here is the amount of the blood that enters your blood vessels. Remember here that pag po dumaan dito sa glomerulus, some of the volume of your blood here pupunta dito, other volume here magiging part ng urine natin. So, ang 600 to 700 ml per minute are only those volume of the blood na pumapasok dito or lumalabas dito sa ating efferent arteriole. All the other volume na remaining will be going to exit here by passing through your renal vein. Okay, starting with your proximal convoluted tubules. So, pag sinabing 1,200 ml per minute, so ito lahat ng blood na 1,200 ml per minute ang pumapasok dito, ang pumupunta dito sa ating kidney by coming from your heart, being pumped by your heart. However, here, out of that 1,200 ml per minute na volume, only 600 to 700 ml per minute we're going to enter or going to exit here after filtration sa glomerulus natin. We're going to exit through your efferent arteriole. Asa napunta yung ibang volume? Dito sila pupunta. Dito sila magiging part ng volume ng ultrafiltrate natin. Okay, so you understand? Okay, as what we have discussed kanina, so your kidney try to perform three basic functions. Filtration, glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, and we have also here your tubular secretion. Okay, so saan natin makikita? So, we have here, glomerular filtration is occurring here in the glomerulus. Dito nangyayari ang filtration. Ang tubular reabsorption nangyayari dito sa ating renal tubules. Sa ating renal tubules. Lahat ng part na to, dito nangyayari ang ating tubular reabsorption from your proximal convoluted tubules, descending, ascending, distal, collecting ducts. Ando nangyayari lahat ng ating tubular reabsorption. What do you mean by tubular reabsorption? Pag sinabing tubular reabsorption, ito yung mga substances is a process whereby those substances na andito sa ating renal tubules, binabalik mo dito sa ating blood vessels. So from here, okay, papunta dito, reabsorb mo siya para babalik ito sa ating circulation. Why you need to have here the tubular reabsorption? It's because there are some substances na lumabas dito sa ultrafiltrate natin after filtration which are still needed by the body. So since kailangan pa sila ng katawan natin, kasi paghayaan mo lang na hindi siya i-reabsorb, ang mangyayari ay lalabas ito dire-diretso sa ihi natin. And those are substances, mga electrolytes natin, for example, are still needed by the body. And since they're still needed by the body, then you need to return it back to your circulation by the process of your reabsorption. Now, saan naman nangyayari ang ating tubular secretion? Your tubular secretion dito nangyayari sa ating peritubular capillaries. What do you mean by tubular secretion? Baliktad ang tubular secretion. From your blood vessel, ibabalik mo dito ang substance na transport mo siya dito sa renal tubules. Okay, para lumabas ang substance. Anong sinisecrete natin? When speak about secrete, excrete, pareho lang sila. Pag sinabing secrete, we are secreting mga toxic waste, toxins, okay, mga medications, ganon, mga poisons. Since those are substances na na-filter, na hindi ma-filter ng blood, pero since they are toxin, dapat nilalabas sa katawan natin. Kasi pag hindi mo siya na-secrete, ang mangyayari, didiretso siya, babalik sa circulation natin, magiging poison siya sa katawan natin. And therefore, you need to excrete that one by the process called here the tubular secretion. At dito siya nangyayari. Pagdating ng blood mo containing here the toxin, as soon as you try to come in contact with the peritubular capillaries, ipabalik niya dito. Isisecrete niya sa renal tubules para labas, diretso na dito, lalabas na mga toxins natin. Okay, so we'll be discussing each of that function, but an overview of that. So that's what's happening here with our renal blood flow.